Well, this is some glorious weather today. A little cold front is kind of moving through, and Emily's here, and we are going to head up to a farmer's market. It's actually an Amish farmer's market, and maybe it's not even a full market, is it? Is it just
I have no idea.
We have no idea. Come along. Oh, and she has very limited directions. Okay, this should be interesting. Let's go. We are here.
First mail? Yep, Miller's on their mailbox.
Miller is on the mailbox.
Okay.
Perfect. We came the most roundabout way to this Amish farm ever. But wow, they got a lot going on here. I don't know. Well, you can have one. Well, here is our big hall. There's a lot going on at this Amish farm. They're building a house in front of their existing house. So there's just a lot of sawing and everything that you hear in the background. But anyway, I got some slicing cucumbers to make some creamy cucumbers today, and lots of the little ones, and then some medium ones for making pickles. And Emily has a ton of the little babies over here. We also, they just dug red potatoes this morning, and they pulled all their onions and had those curing. So got some onions, and then we got a whole lot of dill. So she had a lot of dill. Hopefully we got enough dill. So that is everything that we picked up. I'm super excited to get home and get this all worked up. So we came into a different Aldi than normal, and look at what I found. My favorite stickers. So I got all 3 packs of croissants. Those are one of Peter's favorites for lunch. We're not going to get these, Maria. We're not. Look at what we found. Oreo muffins. Wow. We're not going to get them though. We'll leave those right there. More stickers, so $2.79. This is the take and bake bread. You open this up, set it on your oven rack. It tells you how many minutes, and it turns into the most lovely, crunchy, and soft on the inside bread. So I'm gonna get a couple of these too. All right, I'm home now. I have all of my cucumbers here, and we picked up vinegar, which I figured I had enough. Picked up some of this already peeled garlic. It's just super easy when you're trying to get through, you know, a whole lot of cucumbers at one time. And we got some fun mail today. So this is what's going in the garbage. These are the knobs off of my stove. They are the ones that came with, I think this is a GE Adora is my gas range, and this is what came with it. I got these. I mean, they've held up for a long time. They're just plastic, and this is just some sort of like little fake plasticky chrome coating on it. Anyway, it was just getting so hard to read. You can see lots of areas it's just gone completely. And I thought, I bet I could just search for replacement knobs and put in the name of my stove, and sure enough, Amazon came through. I do actually have to still do some scrubbing here on this, but look at how nice those are. The writing is a little light. The writing is pretty light. That says off. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. It's very light writing, but at least it's on, and it looks a whole lot nicer, doesn't it? And what was happening with these two, like it would flake. And a couple times, you know, I pull something out of the oven, and I don't know if I bumped this or what happened, but you get a little flake coming off of it. So into the garbage those go. All right, the first thing I like to do when making pickles is to get cold water into my sinks and just start loading them with the cucumbers. So I just washed all of these here in this water, and I use a washcloth, or these actually, I'm pretty sure I won these at a bridal shower, but I think these are from like Dollar General or something. They call them like reusable, kind of like a reusable paper towel. and they feel kind of like felt or something. Anyway, they work really well because I just like to wash them. I find that it's just a lot easier to wash with a washcloth and slide it back and forth than it is with a brush. It's faster for me, and you know, I'm going for obviously getting the dirt or sand off of them, and then also, you know, kind of like the little pokey spines, if there's anything like that left on. I want to get all that off. Typically, I will start to sort the cucumbers. So these 3 obviously are for slicing. I bought those for that. I'll probably transfer this one over there too. And I kind of started sorting them, like the bigger ones, and then I have the littler ones, a lot of little ones there. And I still have all of those. Since there are so many of them, I'm going to start jarring up from this towel right now so that I can get a couple of canners full, at least 1 canner full, and get that going, because this is going to take a while to cycle through. So let me show you how I do that. I have this already peeled garlic, and I'm going to put 1 or 2 heads or cloves of garlic in here. So if it's really big like this, 1. If it's small like that, I'm going to find another small one to add to it. I am going to put a head of dill. So my dill looks like this here. You can have them green. You could have them already gone to seed. That's okay. Everybody likes it a little different. It's all fine. You could have it even a little bit yellow if a little bit of flowers are showing. That's okay. I like to use a hunk of the stem as well because that adds a lot of really great dill flavor. I'm going to jam that into the bottom. And I have another one. I'm going to jam that into the bottom there. I brought over all of these little teeny tiny ones. I like to just take a tiny smidge off of the blossom end. I also like to use wide mouth jars, not the regular mouth. It's much easier to get your hand in there to pack the cucumbers in. All right, let's see what we have going here. I have this little wooden pastry. I think this is for like making little pastry tarts, but it works well for this. I can get good leverage and push down on the cucumbers to get them all nice and tightly packed. The tighter packed they are, obviously you're going to go through less jars and all of that, but the cucumbers will shrink a little bit in the pickling process. And what will happen is if you don't have your jars packed, you're going to end up with just kind of like floating, well, they're still going to float a little bit, but you're going to just end up with a lot of extra space, and it's just wasted jar, wasted vinegar, wasted dill, wasted everything. Well, am I going to get that last one in there? Yes, I am. I like to add one more head of garlic to the top. You take it, make sure it's wet, and you kind of spin it around. Then you get that end and you get that end, okay? Because you want it, you don't want any salt. Wait, do it again? I'm going to hold it. I'm going to rub it like that, rub it like that, rub it like that, rub it like that. You know, you're kind of spinning it, and then I get the ends.
Is there salt in this water?
No, not at all.
Well, you said you want to get rid of the salt.
Ah, I meant the sand. I want to get rid of this any sand. So, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of pickling salt, a half a cup of vinegar, and I like to pour that well, obviously over the top here, that does start to dissolve the sugar and the salt. I will then fill this with water up to the 1/4 inch headspace. And then I will take a utensil. There's not going to be much pushing around in here. Yeah, there's not going to be much for water, for bubbles in here, because I have these packed really, really tight. Make sure that the rim is clean. Put a lid and a ring on. Screw it just so it's fingertip tight. And then I like to just kind of shake it gently. I don't go back and forth like that, but just gently to move that water around in there, because I want to get that sugar and salt dissolved. And there we go. It's all dissolved. That looks great. That is ready to go. I'm working in a pretty tight spot right now because my island is still full of all my canned goods from the last couple of days. Yeah, I need to do some clearing off, but I just wanted to get this going so I could do the filming portion of this, and then I can start moving quickly through this. I'm just going to show you guys one more time. So one more jar here, how to do this. I am going to continue working on this, getting 7 jars ready, and then I will put water into my water bath canner, start getting that warm, put the jars into that, and then just continue working through all of these. I just put all of my jars into, this is actually the big kettle from my pressure canner, and I'm just using this lid right here because it just fits pretty well. Make sure that your jars are always covered with at least 1 inch of water. I am going to bring this to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I will leave the lid on, but I will turn the heat off for only 5 minutes. And this is still what's left. I only can do, I think, 2 more jars based on the dill that I have. No, I should be able to do 3 more jars based on the dill that I have. And then I'm going to have to start searching for the nearest farmer's market. That might happen to be like maybe Monday night, or we'll have to see. Oh, another thing I checked on is I told you that it's a 1/4 inch headspace. I just double checked the USDA regulations, and they actually say a 1/2 inch for tomatoes, pickles, high acid foods that will be water bath canned. Now, a lot of my old recipes say a 1/4 inch, and that's what I've always done, and it's been fine. But the 2 jars, since I checked, I did do a 1/2 inch headspace, which is the distance from the top of the jar to the liquid. Warren and I came into town today. He had some errands he had to run, and I am looking for dill. And the traffic is crazy here right now, and I think everybody's going to steal my dill.
Oh no.
No? Do they have a lot?
We'll wrestle them for it.
You can. I'm not going to. So anyway, here we go. Farm stand number 1, looking for dill. Whoops. Kind of a mess, isn't it?
know, but like it's like the middle nesting box, and this one's on this side, and the leghorn was on that side. And like when I grabbed this one, the leghorn started going like when they're like about to lay an egg, when they make that weird song where it's like.
Yep. Are you vlogging, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just getting the pickles made here now, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Just we're making the pickles, and it looks like I'm going to have a canner full here, which is 7 quarts, and then I'm probably going to have about 5 to 7 more quarts.
I don't know how long.
Yesterday's pickles, of course, are cooled. They all sealed nicely, so I just grabbed the rings off of those jars. There's no need to store your jars with the rings. The ring is just there for during the canning process to keep the lid in place so it seals properly. Once everything is cool, like after 24 hours, you can take the rings off. Label them. Maria's going to come and label all of the pickles with a 24. It's pretty obvious that pickles are pickles, and I don't do, you know, I mean, if I were doing different varieties of pickles, I would then label the tops with what they are. But since it's just pickles, we just label a 24 so we know what year we made those. I was going to tell you something else. Oh, and then it's really nice to give a ring or put a ring back onto a jar if you're giving it as a gift, because some people do not can, they don't have rings, and then all of a sudden they open up this jar and they're like, now what? So anyway, that's just a reminder to add your ring back to it if you're giving it as a gift. Okay, I'm going to get these over into my canner. It's the boiling water canner, and we'll just get that turned on to high heat and bring it to a good hard boil. First batch of pickles is all done, and now they'll take a little bit to seal, so I like to just gently set them onto a double towel here and then just let them cool. You don't really want to monkey around with the lids at all at this point. You just want to give them plenty of time to cool so that their lids seal tightly. My other one is done here. I'm just letting them rest for a couple of minutes before pulling them out. We're going to have to just wait till I get these 5 jars out.
But it says like there's a cup of caterpillars, and then it just says like don't miss. So can I click on the button?
I suppose. So day 7, I'm not sure if I made this clear in this video, but I have been working at participating in the Every Bit Counts. The Every Bit Counts challenge that is from Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead. And if you have not watched some of her videos, you guys, if you enjoy canning or any kind of preserving, go and watch some of her videos. She already had, at least as of the filming of this one, she has her first week of August up. And what she does is she just kind of takes you through day by day with all the things that she preserves, whether she's freezing or canning, or I guess freeze drying, or you know, whatever it is she's doing to preserve. And I really enjoy those videos. She just kind of moves through everything. I get some new ideas, and I love canning, and I love watching what other people can too. So check those out. And she also has, you know, like you can go back and watch last year's too if you're like, she only has one done so far for August, and I want more videos. So go and watch her other ones from other years. All right, so I have been participating in that. Not like I'm participating, you know, publicly any place or anything, just kind of, you know, just on my own here, just working at getting things canned up. So this would have been day 6 canning right here, these pickles. So I ended up over the 2 days with 22 quarts of pickles. Garlic dills are what these are. You can see the garlic right there. Adds so much good flavor to the pickles. I'm going to get the rings off of these, and we are going to get these moved down to the basement, and that is going to be the end of this video. Continue watching through August, because I am going to, I have more canning projects planned. Later today, I'm actually starting another canning project, making some chicken I guess I'm just going to call it chicken base. It's just going to be kind of almost like a chicken soup type of a thing in a jar. And I also have some plans on doing some other soups. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not already subscribed, I'd love to have you as a new subscriber, and you can subscribe and let me know so that I can welcome you. Go down to the comments and say, hey, I'm new, and where you're from, and I will give you a great big welcome. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.